Yo, 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 what is going on, Conscious crew? It is your mother-loving host, Davion. Welcome to another riveting episode of CTV, TGI Mother-Loving F, honey. Thank God it's Friday, okay? Now, my sinuses are kicking my behind right now, but we are pushing through on this God-given weekend. Okay? I hope you guys are all enjoying yourself, having a great time, okay? Had a productive week and are going to have an even more productive weekend, okay? Now, you guys can already see what we got here in the title, what we're going to be talking about today, okay? I just wanted to come through with a little 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you're in the building, please give me a nasty piece of thumbs up on this video, okay? And if you are new here, definitely subscribe. And share the kingdom out, honey. This is how we grow and we evolve over in this world here. What's going on? Apartments available in New York. What's going on, baby? What's going on, Queen? Hey, Blessed and Book. What's going on, baby mother? What's going on, Daryl Millhouse? Hey, you grow girl. What's going on, y'all? Okay. We just gonna get straight into it. Thank you all for your cash apps. What's going on, Ma, T Trisha? Okay, and I'm gonna need you to contact me to help me with a sibling. I sure will, boo. Email me apartments available. Email me at consciouztv@gmail.com and we can make a thing happen. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm gonna play my old nasty piece of intro, and we just gonna get straight into some teens. Okay.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen. Baby, I hate this time of year, baby. All this pollen starts forming and falling every damn well, baby. My sinuses get crazy, honey. I become a sneezing, sniffling, nose running ass maniac, okay? Now, I'm over here in a lot of pain, okay? This goes to show y'all how much I love y'all and I'm committed and dedicated to y'all, child, because y'all know I had an old nasty tattoo session yesterday, and baby, I was not ready. First of all, I had tried this new numbing cream, right? Because when I had got my Phoenix done on my chest and got my crown on my neck, I had used this numbing cream called Speed Numb. And it worked real wonderful. But then I had heard about this real super, super badass numbing cream that was supposed to be like 40 times better than Speed Numb. Child, I felt every bit of my goddamn tattoo yesterday. But considering that the neck area really isn't a painful area to get tattooed in, the pain level wasn't that bad, but that tattoo numbing cream ain't do-ish for me. I'm going to show you guys what I got done yesterday. I'm going to be going back on Sunday so we can fill in the color and everything, blah, blah, blah. So this is a very rough draft image of what we did, just so that you guys can get a drift, okay, of what me and Spirit did, honey. I love the way it's coming out. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. We got a lot of work to do over the next few weeks, okay? Can you guys see that? Let me blow this up, okay? So this is like a little rough draft, girl, okay? This is what we did, honey. I told you I was going to get either the sacred geometry symbol or get butterflies cascading all down the back of my shoulders and all of that good jazz. So we're going to go in and fill all this in. We're going to color all the butterflies in. They're going to be multicolored. There's going to be like wind and all type of atmospheric stuff going on. There's going to be shading to create like a 3D illusion. It's going to be like a lot going on. But the way I had to sit and lay and have my neck crimped, girl, I was not here for it. Honey, I felt like I was being raped yesterday, honey. I wanted to punch Spirit in his motherfucking throat. Like, girl, you ain't even fucking me to be putting me through all of this, girl. Honey, I was over it, okay? So that's that. Now, getting into news that none of us can motherfucking use, okay? First story I want to talk about is I want to get into this Kim K drama because you guys know that the final season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians will be airing. Thank God. Hallelujah, girl. All the witchcraft worked, okay? We no longer have to keep up with them hoes, and them hoes don't have to keep up with drama no more, okay? Just to have us keeping up with them, okay? So we gonna praise God and hallelujah and throw something in the collection plate this Sunday, okay? For the gods finally appeasing the citizens of the earth, girl, that we no longer have to endure keeping up with a damn thing, okay? So let me post Miss Dashian up here, honey, the head Dashian in charge, honey. Yes, God, let's do it, okay? So the trailer dropped for Keeping Up with the Kardashian. And in this trailer, girl, of course, Tristan Thompson is, of course, impregnating more damn women. Of course, Kris Jenner is trying to get Kourtney to get back with Scott rather than be with Travis, who is the artist Pink's ex-husband. And we all know why Kris wants Kourtney back with Scott. You know, it's not because Scott is some changed man, which he does seem to have evolved and matured, as all men tend to do once you let their ass go, okay? Once you stop fucking them, once you stop sucking their dicks, once you stop fighting for their relationship, once you stop, okay, having your mind, heart, and body and soul committed to the damn relationship, okay? Once you done gave them all that can be given, girl, and then done let their ass go, took the time to heal up, and then finally got you the man that you've been praying for and that God will have you be with, that's when that nigga, the nigga who you did all that for, miraculously, girl, wants to go growing a beard and now wants to be some PTA dad, girl, and wants to be dad of the goddamn year and husband of the goddamn year, girl. Now wants to be walking around with the goddamn long face baby, full of goddamn shit. It's a shame, man. A damn shame, man, that it take all of that for you to see a bitch's work, for you to see a motherfucker's work, okay? After I done, and I can speak personally to this girl, I done held the nigga down through prison for 3.5 years, the whole 9. You done did all the fuckery you want to do, and it takes me breaking up with your ass, throwing you to the wolves, bitch, okay? For you to spend 1.5 years running behind me, okay? Why it even took all that? Why it took all that for you to know what you got, honey? Why it take being gone to know what you got? Why you gotta make a motherfucker lose for them to understand that they've been winning this whole time? Niggas, y'all need to get y'all shit together, okay? Nonetheless, I believe the family is only pushing Kourtney to get back with Scott because they've already groomed Scott over the past decade, okay? They've already domesticated him. They've already successfully indoctrinated and inducted his ass into the goddamn sunken place. And so he's no longer a liability. They can trust his ass to stay hypnotized. They can trust his ass to stay brainwashed and to hold all of the family secrets. See, with Kourtney being with Travis, it's a whole new goddamn man. And this family is well over 40 years old now. They don't got the energy, bitch, to be grooming new slaves, girl. They don't got the energy, girl, to be hypnotizing new goddamn slaves. So Scott just makes, a perfect logical choice. Nonetheless, we get to Miss Kim K. Miss Kim K is crying and belting and welting and flinging her goddamn fusions around, talking about how she feels like a loser, okay? That Kanye deserves a wife who's going to travel with him and just be there for him and, move to Wyoming for him. And she feels like such a failure. It's her 3rd marriage. Oh my God, I feel like such a fucking loser. Well, Kim, I've dragged you a few times, Can't really say that I care for black men having their first choice of women being non-black women, okay? I would like black men to first and foremost give the best of themselves to black women, okay? Before they go dilly-dabbling. I'm all for interracial relationships. I love it, but black women deserve a lot more than what they get, especially from cisgendered heterosexual men, okay? And black women put up with a lot of shit and make a lot of provisions and a lot of spaces and a lot of availability for men, okay? For black men, okay? Black women can have their shit together, be CEOs, own beauty salons, and be bossed up, and will still, you know, leave room to date a man who maybe done been to jail a time or two or got a criminal record, because they understand that most black men, okay, have a system that got his foot on their neck. And so there's just certain things that black women are compassionate towards, even when they got they shit together, that they will settle for a man who maybe can't even bring as much to the table, as long as the nigga can be good to her. And you niggas can't even do that, okay? Even when a woman is willing to put up with you working at Walmart and knowing that your job description is always going to read cashier at Family Dollar, a black woman will still settle, okay? Will still settle for your ashy ass, okay? If you can just simply be good to her and be a good role model to these damn kids, okay? And so black women deserve first picks when it comes to black men, okay? Because black women, okay, have created the foundation that black men stand on, that leads to them having the luxury, okay, of ascending straight to the top and then dating everybody else and marrying everybody else but their asses, okay? That foundation is not black men's alone, okay? Black women have watered and seeded that soil, okay, for the elevation of black men, okay? So I'm just gonna need black men to allow black women to have first dibs, okay? Just first dibs, right? So I done handed Kim Kardashian her motherfucking ass a time or two. Oh, yes, I have. However, Miss Mama, I'm gonna talk to you as a woman, not as an alien woman, okay? Not as a Martian. Not as a female Martian this time, but just as a woman, okay? Despite being white, black, Indian, Arabian, and whatever the hell else you mix with, girl. I'm just saying, Kim, it's not your fault fully, okay? A lot of people feel like failure when it comes to divorce. However, I don't think that's because see, what concerned me in your spill out was the things that you thought Kanye West deserved, which means that these are the things that you thought was the remedy for the relationship issues. It wasn't him having some submissive ass woman that he can drag around to help him fulfill all of his goddamn goals. That's not the solution, okay? You not wanting to move to Wyoming is not the issue. You not being there for every goddamn show and every fashion show and every music concert is not the issue. The issue is you guys didn't have great communication, okay? See, all relationship breakdown starts at its root in communication breakdown. You guys aren't communicators, okay? You're privileged, and Kanye is a whiner. He likes to whine. You know, he has a lot of toxic femininity. He leads from his impulses and from his feelings. You know, he's a hyper feeler, okay? And you're a hyper numb. You're a reptile. You know, so it wasn't going to work at its crack. But, you know, between attraction and money, rich people always go dumpster diving into the sacred thing called marriage, okay? And I think what the bigger question is, Kim Kardashian, maybe should be that your privilege might have been an issue in your marriage. You're a privileged woman who is used to everything being about Kim. We saw this when you were married to Chris Humphrey with his fine 6'54" tall foot ass. Email me, Chris Humphrey, at consciouztv@gmail.com. I never do you how Kim did you, baby. Okay? Okay? We saw you narcissistically make the whole relationship about you, how you wanted to be proposed, how you wanted everything to go, okay? And so I think that you treat marriage the same way. I think that you treat marriage the way that you treat the set of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is all it takes is for Kim to show up. But that's how not marriage or any relationship works. It really requires a lot of selflessness, self-awareness, and willingness to grow. Most importantly, what all relationships really require is the destruction of the ego. That's the only way true love actually prevails and works. It's when the ego has been dismantled and disempowered. Between Kanye's hyper fucking egotism and your own plastic hyper feminine egotism, okay? This was bound to be a bunch of goddamn bullshit. And so you both just needed to go to the cross and go to Jesus before y'all went before a pastor. Okay? That's all. You both just needed to find your personal salvation. Understand that the world doesn't revolve around either one of you morons. Okay? Have a true, genuine sense of humility, and things could have worked. There are lots of rich, wealthy people who are in healthy relationships. You know why? Because they still have healthy souls. You two are kind of fucking corrupted on the inside. Yeah. So I wouldn't cast all the blame, baby. The blame isn't that you wasn't a slave to Kanye, okay? It probably is the goddamn opposite, okay? You was the goddamn slave master. But on top of that, it's going to take real things that you're probably not used to actually having to nurture and access, like communication, sincerity, because you are a Hollywood ass bitch who's used to plastic relationships and you're used to faking the funk, and you probably live in some disillusioned bubble where you believe that the people around you really like you and love you, when them hoes are really just holding on to you in case of an emergency because they know that you got the coin, girl, to buy them a new car or to give them some extra dollars on a light bill, okay? Because wealthy people are fetishized, honey, okay? And maybe you believe that some of that shit is real, okay? And so you've become some idealistic, superficial version of yourself, and you're in something called marriage, aka something that is supposed to be about love, and love holds every bitch's foot to the goddamn fire, okay? You either are going to sink or swim when it comes to the obstacle course known as love. But if you proceed with love, okay, love can prevail, but it has to be love that we all lead from. And it's not just on us alone, okay? It takes two to tango. It don't matter how much you love a person or how willing you are. It always takes the other person's equal effort in their relationship, okay? So just take it as a lesson learned, okay? Maybe don't get married again. And if you do get married, either get married to someone who is just as superficial as you are and wants a surface relationship, which you and Kanye West could have really had. Because the only reason why you really divorcing his ass is because you can't control his mania, okay? Other than that, you probably would be perfectly happy, because we didn't really hear you complaining about your marriage until Kanye West's bipolarism girl started having him tell and spill all the goddamn secrets of the goddamn family, honey. And how you was going to abort y'all goddamn daughter, and or he was going to have you abort her, and all, and you know, can't do it. Can't do it, Kim. You know, I really understand, okay? So maybe just getting with a man who doesn't have a lot of mental issues, because mental issues and privileged, wealthy people who are already out of touch, it doesn't really work. You don't have the compassion, okay, and have the wherewithal to really handle somebody who is struggling and suffering from mental illness the way that he is. But he isn't there alone. I think that privilege is a goddamn mental illness too. I think that wealth can be a mental illness too. I think that fame can be a mental illness too. Okay, I think that mental illness is a wide spectrum. Okay, a wide ass spectrum. Nonetheless, okay. Goodbye, Kim. My tattoo session went great, Leslie. I had posted a picture earlier in the stream, showing where all the progress is. I'm going to be going back to the tattoo shop on Sunday, so we can color in the butterflies and ish. But just rewind this back to the beginning, and you will see the progress image that I had posted. Now on to these two individuals, honey. Okay, Mr. Kwame Brown. You guys know him. I don't know a lot about Kwame. I know that he's an ex-NBA player, now turned YouTuber, social media influencer. He recently, kind of really took off when he was dragging the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne the God. And I think he's working with the woman named Jennifer, who allegedly was sexually assaulted by Charlamagne the God back when he was a citizen of South Carolina and all of that. So there's a lot going on, okay? Amidst him now becoming a viral sensation, he had Just Joe Brown on his platform, and they had a very diverse conversation. And of course, the LGBT topic came up, okay? Now, I understand that Judge Joe Brown is about 102 years old, okay? He comes from that generation of men who thought that you run your household with an iron fist and you probably knock your woman upside the head when she gets out of order, okay? Probably comes from that generation of men who probably thinks that women are supposed to be subservient and obedient and are to stay in a woman's place, okay? Believes that fear is a healthy way to cultivate and to nurture children, instead of compassion and conversation and enlightenment and empathy and love, okay? And so I get it, you know, because most of our grandfathers kind of all behave this way, and Judge Joe Brown gives me grandfather tease. So Judge Joe Brown goes into this whole spiel about the LGBT pushing the gay agenda and, don't force this shit down our throats and mess it up for everyone else. So my question to Judge Joe Brown would be, I wasn't clear on messing what up. I didn't understand how is queer people in media and queer people having visibility messing something up for heterosexual people. I didn't understand like the connection. I was trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, but he never really cleared it up for me. You know, what exactly are LGBT people messing up for everyone else? Considering that the world is completely fucked up because of heterosexual leadership, okay? Look at all of your US presidents. Ones that had your asses as slaves, ones that attempted to act like they were freeing you from slavery just to create slavery in the form of the prison industrial complex, okay? That was all ran by heterosexual men who had first ladies. World War I, II, III, Vietnam, all led by radical ass heterosexual people shooting missiles and nuclear bombs and all this type of shit, girl. The dictatorship all around the world, girl. All these corrupted ass British royal families and their bullshit, girl. So I'm trying to figure out, when you say messed it up for everybody, I was under the impression that the world was already fucked up before gay people started showing up on Empire and before Ellen DeGeneres ever got a talk show. I just assumed, girl, that the world was already fucked up and crack had already hit the black community in the 80s, long before Jesse Smollett came along, kissing on niggas on TV, okay, in front of Taraji Henson, honey. I mean, but maybe it's just me, bitch. I mean, I was just under the impression, girl, that Jesus Christ had already saw the fuckery 2,000 years ago and said, hey, when you see the signs and the wonders, and he ain't said shit about homosexuality. What he did say is that you will see the seasons flipping, girl. There will be rumors of wars. There will be nations against nations. There will be famines and natural disasters, okay? I ain't hear shit about pansexuality, lesbianism, homosexuality, no, within that, girl. Considering the fact that the world was fucked up too, which is why his ass ended up on a cross and had to resurrect himself back to life, okay? So when you say, Judge Joe Brown, that the world, okay, when you had said the did, okay, that LGBT folk just coming in, messing what up, okay? Messing what up? Because niggas been getting lynched, niggas been getting killed by the police, niggas been had a knee on their neck, okay? Ain't none of those queer issues, okay? Ain't none of the actual issues impacting the black community have anything to do with goddamn sexuality, okay? You wanna talk about what's messing up the black community? Maybe that should be, okay? You talking to these niggas who are leaving these females on their own to raise their sons and their daughters, and then having the audacity to be mad when these little boys grow up to be sissies, as Judge Joe Brown would say, okay? Maybe you should speak to those niggas, okay? Since you're so concerned with homosexuality, okay? Since you probably one of them niggas who think that homosexuality is due to environmental factors, like either coming from an estrogen-driven family, female-driven family, or come through some goddamn roach spray and grits and shit, okay? Okay? You probably think that queer people are... people become gay because they get infected with corona and shit, that it turns them trans and all type of stuff, girl. Okay? Now, if you have an issue with queer people, girl, then go talk to other black and brown men in your community and tell them to raise their motherfucking sons, since that's probably a part of your ideology, okay? How about you talk to black women then if you are concerned? Because guess what? LGBT people are coming through the birth canals of heterosexual folk. So you need to be directing all that smoke and all that heat toward the straight community. Gay people not giving birth to themselves, baby. We coming out of y'all. So that seems to be a y'all conversation that y'all need to leave us the fuck up out of, girl. When y'all want to have an issue with LGBT people, y'all need to have a town meeting amongst yourselves, girl. And y'all need to get on y'all knees and light some goddamn candles on Hanukkah, girl, and pray to all of the gods in the heavens, girl, and ask them why. What is happening, girl? Why are LGBT people being born through y'all nutsacks? Why are LGBT people coming through y'all pussy holes, okay? You can't direct that smoke toward me, baby. You know how y'all say that leave the children out of the children ain't got shit to do with it, right? Same thing here, girl. LGBT folk don't got nothing to do with y'all plight. Girl, we not just magically showing up on the earth, girl. Y'all bringing us forth into the earth, girl. So y'all need to go question the universe, girl. Bill Nye, the science guy, go jump on the magic school bus and take a tour through the multiverse and go find the source, baby, okay? Because what y'all not going to continue to do, girl, is act like LGBT people, girl, are contributing to a goddamn thing other than good fashions, okay? Good makeup on your face, slaying your weaves and your lace. And while you at it, stop telling all these rap, hyper, toxic, masculine ass niggas, okay, who got the nerve to be homophobic, but yet want to get rich just so that they can buy all of the designer labels that are created by famous queer designers, girl. That's really make sense. Nonetheless, Just Your Brown, find you some business, girl, okay? Because you was real cute and cuddly when you was on TV, girl, just in the courtroom getting hoes together. I would have never known that you was as misogynistic, sexist, and homophobic as you is. But once again, considering that you come from that Ike Turner ass generation, girl, I'm not really surprised at your politics. I'm just really not, Miss Ma'am, okay? Now, if me and you need to have a conversation, you can also email me at consciouztv@gmail.com to Miss Judge Joe Brown, okay? Because maybe we can clear some things up, girl. I don't really know. Niggers in outer space without spacesuits. Oh my God. Let me. Okay, you already done got them, classic queen girl. Hey, Natasha. What's going on, boo? Hold on. Before we move on to the next thing, the last thing, actually. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. One more thing before we move on for Judge Joe Brown. That would be the bathroom gender issue. Because he went on to talk about how, people being able to identify how they want to is going to cause all types of obscene transgressions and all type of weird perverted behavior in locker rooms and bathrooms around the country. Hey, Judge Joe Brown, do you realize that a predator and a rapist don't actually need the government to legislate laws that allow them to get into spaces? Do you realize that rape and predatory behavior come by way of people who are willing to violate, okay? Who are willing to breach, okay? Who are willing to take the space, rather than have permission to be in the space, okay? Do you know that, like, long before Caitlyn Jenner showed up as Caitlyn Jenner, okay, that pedophiles been running up into bathrooms, okay, both male and females, okay, sexually assaulting people, children and young people alike. Rapists and criminals don't need permission from the government, okay? If somebody wants to hurt you, they're going to hurt you. So the issue is not, or the narrative can't be heightening up the volume of fear, okay, just to disguise your bigotry under, okay, just because you don't like and you don't accept trans men and trans women as they are, okay? We do not have cases of transgender people raping or sexually assaulting anyone in any restrooms, not their private restrooms at home, not in public restrooms, okay? So it's really a fucking mute point, Okay? And also in that fear-based narrative of trans people becoming sexually deviant, at the basis of that is that old ass narrative that somehow homosexuality and gender identity is somehow asexual deviancy. Okay? But once again, it's not the trans women and men who snatching up people out of the bathroom and sexually assaulting anybody. It's not the gay people either. Okay? Once again, direct your attention to them homeboys, Judge Joe Brown, those young black cis hetero men, okay, who are gang raping some woman, okay, at the after party while she's drunk, okay? Direct your attention to those cis hetero men, okay, who are dragging some woman into an alleyway, okay, are putting some goddamn party drug, some type of date rape drug, okay, in her champagne glass at the club, okay, and taking advantage of her in VIP. Okay, that's what you do, sweetie, okay? When we get an influx of LGBT people raping and anally sodomizing everybody every goddamn where, okay? Then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, baby. But that bridge does not stand as of today, okay? So move your ass around, Miss Just Joe. Move your ass around, boo. Hey, Monica, what's going on, boo? What's going on, Good TV? I love your point of view and miss these convos. I know. I told myself, yeah, no. I've been wilding out and windmilling, girl. I said, let me mix things up, honey. We gotta talk about it, okay? We gotta talk about some real shit, okay? Now, last but not least, I was listening to my good sis Miss Miko, honey. You know, Miss Miko always dropping the gems and the wisdom, and she was talking about the power of words. And I was listening to her teach on this. I think she did a part 1 and a part 2. Okay. And I loved it. I'm going to leave her link in the description box. Okay. And I agree that words can have power. Let me ask y'all in the comment section. How many of y'all believe that words have power? If you believe that words have power, put 1 in the chat. If you believe that words have power. While y'all doing that, I'm gonna read these other comments. If you believe that words have power, put 1 in the chat. Bonita to everybody, peace, shits, trans folk have been part of the world since forever. Mind your business, pee and move along. Period, Bonita. Okay, everybody kind of is unanimously giving a 1. Hey, what's going on, T. Trisha? Okay, Monica, Leslie, Distant, Bless, Bonita, Classy, Ashley, Natasha, Sweet. What's going on, Cynthia? Rita one. What's going on? Words are powerful. Action behind it. What's good? I really think you could have a great debate with Judge. Your verbiage is needed in both heterosexual and homosexual in our community. You know what? I might email him and see what we can do. Words are spells. Oh, come on, Natasha. Don't be going all deep with us now. Now you getting all deep and shit. Nah, girl. Okay, see, I wasn't going to take him there. Okay. You going deep. I wasn't going to do it to him on this Friday, honey. I was going to let people have an old light weekend. Come on, let's talk about it now. Girl, that's a whole... Don't even get me started, Natasha. Don't you get me started. Okay, so everybody says 1. Everybody says words have power. Hey, Chupacabra Dog, what's going on, baby? Okay, y'all make sure to definitely like, share, subscribe, and... I think I got donations. Somebody donated. Let me see here before I move any further. Leslie, thank you, Leslie, for your donation. Sugar, God bless you. Thank you so much, baby. Yes, for the old nasty piece of Cash App. Oh, yes, God. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So here's the thing, right? About words. I'm going to give y'all my perspective on words, okay? It's not that... Let me move this big ass banner, okay? Because this banner just be taking up the whole screen, honey. Just the whole screen. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Where is the banner? Let me find the banners. Let me take this big ass thing off this thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's my thing, right? It's not that words have power. Do you know what actually has power, though? your belief in those words. See, words are simply arranged letters. They have no meaning in and of themselves, which is why words are man-made. They are social constructs, and we invent words every day. Okay, we have a whole ebonic ecosystem out here. Okay, got a whole ebonic language. Okay, they have no words in and of themselves, but your belief in those words, your belief in anything, is what gives them power. Okay. See, someone can call you ugly, right? It's not going to trigger you though. But it will only be a trigger if you also hold some belief in your being, some belief in your heart, some belief in your core fundamental worldview that you in fact are ugly or unattractive. And so for you, that word will hurt. If someone tells you that you're stupid and you're dumb and you are not valuable, those words in and of themselves can fall on deaf ears, or they can seat themselves within you. Okay? But they're only going to seat themselves within you is if you believe you are in fact not valuable. And so when this person says you're not valuable, nobody loves you, etc., and you hold that belief maybe in your mind and in yourself, in the cells of your being, you start flipping through your anecdotal experiences that make that statement true, like all of their relationships that didn't work out, the fact that you were put up for adoption, the fact that somebody cheated on you or left you for someone else, the fact that your dad walked away from his responsibilities. Okay? And so holding this pain body in you is what gives not only words power, but give the way that people treat you power. Okay? A prime example of someone who I think does exceptionally well in terms of dismantling this idea that words have power is Beyoncé herself. It has been a joy, especially as someone myself who is a growing public figure and a content creator, to watch the way that Beyoncé has navigated the world of paparazzis and TMZs and fake news and the shade rooms. Because out of everything they called Beyoncé, aside from a woman of God, a child of God, Beyoncé never allowed words to deter her. She never used what someone said as a justification to sit her integrity aside and to act like a ratchet mama in a bonnet. Okay, these social media streets have been dangerous and ugly to Beyonce. Okay, they done ran her daughter Blue Ivy through the mud. Okay, called her nappy headed, talked about the way she looked, saying she looked like her daddy, which was equivalent to saying she looked like a man, etc. Which is fine, because women come from men, okay, and men come from women. We come from each other, okay. So it's fine if Blue Ivy looked like her dad. They blamed Beyonce. They blamed Beyonce for Aaliyah's death, saying that Aaliyah was Beyonce's blood sacrifice. They blamed Beyonce for why she kept having to recruit members of Destiny's Child, and it was because Beyonce was arrogant, wanting to hold the top spot, okay? I mean, they went on and on and on that she's in the Illuminati, that she worships the devil. I mean, you know, it's just been endless. And all Beyonce has done is stood her course consistently. Had her babies, them babies that they say look like men and are nappy headed. She went and had 2 more babies. She doubled up and leveled up on these bitches. Brought 2 nappy headed babies. into the earth, okay? I'm being sarcastic here, okay? She stayed with that camel face looking nigga named Jay-Z, okay? Even when they dragged her husband, said Beyonce too good for Jay-Z. Your husband looked like a moose. He looks like a long face ass turtle. He looks like Gamp. The goddamn camel from the goddamn cigarette ad. You know, Beyonce not only never responded to these hoes, okay, but she stayed with who the fuck she wanted to stay with. And she raised and had her babies the way she wanted to have and raise her motherfucking babies. And she kept fucking performing, even when bitches like Carrie Hilton came along and said, bitch, can't you sit down and let some of us win? And then we saw how that worked out for Carrie Hilton, okay? And so Beyonce on one end is a complete example of the fact that words cannot have any power. While on the other hand, we can use someone, let's say like Cardi B, who has to constantly respond to every goddamn thing said about her. You talk about her relationship, she coming for you. You talk about her past, she coming from you. You're talking about how well she didn't execute on her rap verse in the song, she coming for you. If you drag her because you believe that she didn't deserve her Grammy, she coming for you, baby. Cardi B on a complete opposite end, baby, allows everybody's damn words to mean something to her. And how fucking exhausting is it to actually give power to people's opinions and to give power to people's words, because you can have no rest, as we can see from Cardi B, okay? You know, India.Arie said something beautiful. And matter of fact, I'm gonna quote her because it's worth quoting. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Blah, 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 blah. Let me pull up these India.Arie lyrics, okay? You know, this is another underrated ass sister who deserves to be on Beyonce's level because she real, she raw, okay? And she represents for all of our natural sisters, for our sisters who are in touch with the earth, who are poets, okay? Powerful, rich in spirit, okay? And she also represents superstardom, okay? It might not be Beyonce superstardom, but she represents what should also be considered superstardom, okay? I don't mind any of these, you know, variations of success existing, but I do wish that we could open up the spectrum of success, okay? I don't believe that every motherfucker should have to be a goddamn pop star like Usher Raymond or Chris Brown or Beyonce and Ariana Grande in order to have, you know, a full career, you know. And it's a damn shame that this industry is so superficial that because you don't do 8 counts and because you're not writing beat bop ass elementary ass pop music, okay, because you're not simply, you know, just willing to, you know, always go with the low hanging fruit of shit, okay, that you can't be included, that you can't be amongst the gods and the greatest, and people like Jill Scott, India.Arie, Erykah Badu, you know, all of our soul sisters and brothers. They deserve this too. Oh yes, they do. They represent the spectrum of what you can be in life. That you don't got to be a Cardi or a Megan or a Beyonce, but that is fine, and you're beautiful and amazing and an asset to this world. As a India.Arie too, as a Macy Gray too, as a Music Soul Child too, as a Maxwell too. You know, that's why I be telling y'all, the world ain't real. Don't listen to them narratives, because the world will have you thinking that you ain't shit, baby. Okay, let me share this screen. Let me stop this screen here, and let me share this screen. I want to read y'all. Everything everybody always want to be messaging me and everything when I'm working, honey. Okay. Thank you, Trisha, but thank you, baby mother. Thank you for the cash apps. God bless. Let me tell y'all, baby. We're gonna have to really celebrate Trisha, baby. Trisha, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give you your own video, Trisha. You wait on it. I'm gonna give you your own video, baby, because you deserve a whole goddamn lifetime achievement award because you are one of the only supporters and content creators who really equally supports everybody on these streets. I mean, you bless everyone, you share everyone. You are just, you have a wide range of people who you support, and you give yourself equally, and it is really inspiring. I love you down to the ground, and I hope to God that you continue to be the type of individual that you are, because you are an astonishing and amazing individual. What's going on, Osgard and Sonny? We're gonna have to give Miss Trisha, baby, her own video, okay? Now, can you guys see this? Let me see if you guys can see this. Okay, so this is on the topic of words having power, okay? And here it is. Let's read India.Arie. Now, this is one of my favorite songs from, wait a minute, is something freezing, honey? Okay, here we go. Too much stuff I got up, I think. So let's read the lyrics, okay? India.Arie says, one shot to your heart without breaking your skin. No one, and I mean no one, has the power to hurt you like your kin. You kept it inside. You didn't tell no one else. You didn't even want to admit it to yourself. And now your chest burns and your back aches from 15 years of holding the pain. And now you only have yourself to blame if you continue to live this way. The chorus reads, get it together. You want to heal your body. Get it together. You have to heal your heart. Whatsoever you sow, you will reap, okay? Get it together. She says you can fly, fly, fly. Dark future ahead. That's what they said to me. I'd be starving if I ate all the lies they fed. Because I've been redeemed from your anguish and pain. A miracle child. I'm floating on a cloud. Because the words that come from your mouth, you're the first to hear. Speak words of beauty, and you will be there. No matter what anyone says, what matters most is what you think of yourself. Now, I want to stick right here on this verse, okay? Because this is coming out of the Book of Life by India.Arie, okay? This is first chapter, verse 2 of India.Arie's gospel. And I want to read that one more time. Because the words that come from your mouth, you are the first to hear. Speak words of beauty, and you will be there. No matter what anyone says, what matters most is what you think of yourself. Now, this is where most people get it fucked up at. Is what matters most is what you think of yourself. Because what you think of yourself is going to determine which words you allow to have power in your life. If you believe and you know that you are a good person, you know this in your soul. This is reflected in your walk. It's reflected in your talk. It's reflected in how you handle your business. It's reflected in how you show up. It's reflected in the energy and the attitude that you go forth with into this world, okay? Anything opposite of that exists in the world, anything opposite of the truth and the conviction you know and you are clear about in your being, okay? It's not something that can attach itself to your spirit. It's not something that can derail or deter you, as we use Beyoncé as a great example of someone who does not allow words or the public's opinion or perception of her to keep her from living a life that she's going to live regardless of what a motherfucker thinks. While most people will never evolve, okay, because this ain't something that you get overnight, okay, unless you start off young and born into family systems that teach you this at an early age. Most of us, though, didn't have the luxury of coming from family structures that taught us personal agency, that taught us to have a really profound sense of self, to have really strong self-awareness, to have really strong identity, okay? We were taught the opposite. We were taught to straighten up while we was in church. We were taught to go make mama proud and act accordingly in school. We were taught to straighten up if we were in public in the store, okay? We were taught to be everything for everybody else rather than to be true to what it means to be us. And so most adults say they don't care and say they don't give a fuck. When really the truth is, most human beings do care and do give a fuck. And we've been taught and trained to give a damn. And so we have to unlearn this, because this is how we begin to live and show up from a place of disempowerment rather than from a place of empowerment. Because we're not voting for us first and foremost. And so a lot of things that I was taught a lot of great things in life. My mom and dad instilled wonderful things. Hey, Joseph. Yes, I'm back on the job. Taught us wonderful things growing up. But I had to teach myself what it meant to be me. And I had to motivate myself to choose myself when I felt it was important to. Nobody ever said it was okay, Davion, to vote for yourself. When I started wanting to wear hair and weave and extensions, and I wanted to express myself this way, I didn't have the support of my tribe, of my community, of my family. They scratched their heads. They didn't know what it was about. But all I knew was that the things I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up, it had a conviction behind it. A conviction that was so strong I couldn't ignore it. And while I could have made the easier decision, as most human beings do when it comes to controversy in their life, is I could have just gave the world what they wanted, which was their version of me. And I could have avoided, okay, the judgment. I could have avoided, okay, the narratives. I could have avoided, okay, all the consequences that come when you choose your authentic self. But instead, I chose my authentic self. And damn near almost 20 years into the game, baby, because I'll be 40 in 5 years, I could not imagine not choosing myself. Because choosing myself and picking up my cross and dying on that hill of authenticity changed my motherfucking life and led to wonderments and blessings and resolves and deeper sense of happiness that faking it in this world could have never provided for me. I would have been walking around like the average motherfucking human being, a fucking shell of myself. Being who I am in the goddamn dark. Not ever knowing that not only is it okay for me to be me, but that people could love me for being me. Because that's something that they teach you too. We often think that the people closest to us in our life, aka our family, is a reflection, okay, of the general population. So if our family disapproves of something, we believe that there's possibly no tribe for us and nobody who can see us or love us for who we are. And it's not true. I didn't know that being my wild, androgynous, metaphysical, intellectual, creative self, that there was a tribe of men who find stood sexy, that I would be able to garner a whole goddamn YouTube platform for myself and have over 21,000 people want to subscribe just so that they knew where to come back to get a taste and an experience of this phenomenon. Nobody ever told me that any of this was on the other side of staying true to myself. Nobody. And nobody told me that I would go to bed happier and with true peace in my soul if I stay true to myself. So being true to yourself is a road less traveled. But being true to thyself and loving thyself and coming into full self-acceptance is literally what salvation is. Even spiritually and biblically speaking, when Christ is asking for people to be saved and he's extending salvation to them, if you look at the context of everything he's teaching, he's basically teaching people to let go of the world, so that they can thrive and show up in the ultimate truth, the real truth, which is that you're already complete. Who you are is who you're meant to be. The only thing worth feeling is joy and happiness, keeping God as your point of attraction. And if and when God tells you that this is your battle and gives you the sword to even go to war from a place of empowerment. That's all life comes down to, is you deciding that the only words that matter to you are the ones you utter to yourself the first thing in the morning, are the words you utter to yourself, okay, before you go to bed at night, are the things you utter to God when you're on your hands and your knees in the prayer closet, okay? Because a man is what he thinketh. That's what the scriptures say. A man is what he thinketh. What you think is where the power is. The majority of the society around Yahshua thought he was a blasphemer and a demon and devil worshiper because of the liberation he taught, because of the magical and supernatural things he displayed. He was deemed as everything else but a literal son of God. Did that ever deter Christ from showing up as Christ? And he didn't even defend himself when the mob of hater hoes came for him. He gave himself over willingly. And what he demonstrated to us is that the only hill worth dying on is the hill of your personal truth. And if your personal truth ain't good enough for you, if your personal truth doesn't fulfill you, if your personal truth doesn't have your cup running to overflowing, nothing ever will be enough for you. That all of our peace and happiness and ability to move and navigate this motherfucking fucked up, twisted ass world comes from how we perceive the world. As Bishop Carlton says, the things that you look at begin to change when you change the way you look at those things. That reality is all in our minds. All in our minds. And you get to decide what's real for you. Nothing is real in and of itself. You give it life or don't give it life. God created his children to be an empowered people. God would never allow anything to be real in and of itself. You're behind the driver's seat. I'm behind the driver's seat. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Infinity Red. Hey, baby. Infinity Red knows, honey. Infinity Red is a part of my family, honey. Infinity Red is my sister, honey. She came from my sister, child. She knows that we come from an Orthodox family. Okay? Look, me and both Infinity Red, we can be labeled as black sheeps in the family. Infinity Red is another one. She's a part of the real family of CTV, honey. Okay? And we have turned this family out because we've evolved into something that we didn't even intend to evolve into. We voted for ourselves, not even knowing what the hell that meant at the time that we were voting for ourselves. Neither one of us could have ever predicted that the people we are today are the people we would have been today. I have watched Infinity Red transmute before my damn eyes like a damn caterpillar becoming a damn butterfly over the years, evolving intellectually, evolving in her worldview. She's watched the same. Okay? And it wasn't easy, honey. It wasn't no golden road, baby. We had naysayers. We had detractors. We had it all. But me and Infinity Red, we stayed the course. And we're deeply respected as a result. See, not only is the universe going to allow you to stand in your truth, there's going to come a period where the universe is going to test whether these things are true for you or not. And that test is always going to be wrapped up in the form of the people whose approval you want the most coming against you. That's going to be the true test of whether you truly see who you are and what you're doing and what you stand for as the truth or not. And if you buck or break and give in and become complicit and comply, okay? If you conform, we got an issue. But if you can stand up, if who you come to be is that powerful to you, it resonates that strong to you, you will be able to stand up. And then God brings it all full circle. All them same motherfuckers who God used to test and try your ass, because it was just a test and try. Them same people end up making room for you in life. Our family knucked and bucked against us both. But that same family that initially knucked and bucked against our changes and our evolution are the same people we can call today, the same people we can go spend a night with, the same people who we can go break bread with. Because all it be is a test. People be really out here thinking that people is going to leave them behind and abandon them if they vote for themselves. Don't believe the hype. People don't like change. The people around you are the most invested in controlling your ass. Okay? So, of course, initially they're going to flip out. Of course, if you go from Christian to Muslim or from Muslim to atheist, of course, the people closest to you are going to take up an issue. But, baby, the truth is so convicting, baby, that you can make a believer out of a goddamn skeptic. And once the motherfuckers know that you mean business, once the motherfuckers know that you are an immovable object, people only give themselves two choices. I can either join this motherfucker or I can run from this motherfucker. Most people gonna join you and keep you around despite, okay, you making different decisions to what they will have you make. And if they run, you got to understand that that's about them, not about you. Because I see the truth as a natural fucking filter, baby. If you look, if somebody can tell you something and it causes you not to support me, that's a reflection of you, not me. Okay? If people can make certain decisions for themselves and all of a sudden that collapses the whole ecosystem, that's not a reflection of the person, that's a reflection of the ecosystem. Because who died and made all these motherfuckers kings and queens, okay? You can take up an issue and have your opinion about the choices people make, but you got to let them make it because it's their choices to fucking make. And if you pressed and pissed, okay, it's you who need to clear it up, not the other person. So words having power, yeah. The words that you want to have power have power. Because let me tell you something about me. Can't none of these hoes tell me shit about me. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a damn. Not a damn to get. I don't wake up. I ain't woke up in 15 years thinking first about what the world is going to think about me. I don't live my life like that. And I think that that's why I be having it so easy and so goddamn breezy. Okay? Because I don't burden myself with unnecessary shit. Believe in yourself. Find your purpose in life. Stand in that purpose. And die on that hill. That's it. Vote for yourself. Then be yourself. And then decide to die on that hill. Because we all dying. At least die with purpose. Okay? Change makes people uncomfortable when they are not ready. And most societal structures and family structures are narcissistic as hell. They make your life about them. If I want to wear hair, if I want to wear makeup as a man, that's my God-given right. I mean, are you there to wipe my ass too? Okay? Don't be more concerned about the superficial shit, bitch. Be concerned about giving me some money on this light bill if I need your help, okay? Since you're so goddamn concerned about my life, honey. I find it so funny when it comes to fans that people can put you out, kick you out over you not making the decisions that they will have you make, which don't be having shit to do with them anyway. But when you actually need their help for some real shit that actually concerns your livelihood, motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be found. Motherfuckers ain't got nothing for you. So you can be pressed about somebody's sexuality or somebody's religious beliefs or somebody's gender identity or whatever the case may be. But me needing a ride from you to get back and forth to work, something that pertains to my livelihood, I can get your help on. Me trying to get into college and getting you as a co-signer, I can get your help on. Me needing you to co-sign, for a car that I got the money and the job to provide for, baby. I just need help on the credit part, okay? I can't get you, girl. I can't get you for nothing real. But you're so invested in my reality. But I can't get you to show up with no real support. But you get to hold my feet to the fire over some bullshit. I have watched people be abandoned and casted out of their families by families who claim that they care so much. But you can't care that much if you're willing to put a motherfucker out to the streets, to the curbs, and be proclaiming you care. You got to make it make sense. You got to make the shit make sense. It don't be making no sense. So it's a joke to me, honey. Okay? But see, I don't have them problems because God has been good to me. Okay? And I have had to stand in the fire and take my walks of passages across the hot coals. Okay? I have had to endure those spiritual tests, girl, and they paid off beautifully. And so I think people should just free themselves. And my man calling me, so I gotta go, y'all. But just free yourself. Free yourself. Let hater hoes hate, girl. And when you gotta throw something at these bitches, don't throw no pearl if you're gonna throw. Just throw rocks and rocks only, okay? What's going on, Miss Miko? Me and you need to have a show, Miss Miko, because I was listening to your shit last night and I was like, me and you need to do a whole fucking show. I think between the type of shit you be on and the type of shit that I be on, I think that together, baby, like that'd be a whole fucking Bible. It'd be a whole fucking Bible. And before we get out of here, let me stop sharing this screen because I want to bring up one more thing here. Because I don't know who everybody else's role model is, okay? But my role model is Yeshua, okay? That's where I pull a lot of my lifestyle points from and my worldview, the way that I see the world, okay? Let me, I don't know why my computer is acting all slow and shit. Girl, she act like she married to the wrong nigga or something, honey. Like, let me click over, girl. Miss Laptop just be giving bitter marriage tease, girl. Okay. I think these websites gonna be having so much goddamn spam and sponsors and every goddamn thing going up, girl, like mouth. Can y'all see this? Let me see if I can see this. Girl, my computer is really acting like a bootlegger right now. What in the entire hell? Let me see. Let me see something. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, hopefully this works. I'm just gonna scroll, honey. Be scrolling. It's re-scrolling. Okay, this is cast your pearls before swine. The phrase cast pearls before swine has an ancient origin. It is most often rendered as its negative. Don't cast your pearls before swine. We will examine the meanings of these phrases, where they came from, and some examples of their use in sentences. Okay, we ain't gonna do all that here. Okay, I just want to read the first passage. Okay, because it took me to get some experience and some wisdom to understand how powerful this really is as an application in your real life. Like when you actually really apply this and you really understand this, okay, emotionally, when you understand this mentally, it can take years off your life, okay? To cast pearls before swine means to offer something very valuable to someone who is unable to appreciate that value. Most often, the phrase is rendered as the admonition, don't cast your pearls before swine, meaning don't offer what you hold dear to someone who won't appreciate it. The term is taken from the New Testament of the Bible, from the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Okay, now I'm just gonna stop there, bitch. Now Yahshua was the smartest nigga in the earth, the most connected nigga in the earth, the most loving nigga in the earth, the most revolutionary, sacrificial, lay his life down nigga in the earth, okay? And if the God in him as him knew, okay, that there's a difference between making a moral appeal to those who are confused and making a moral appeal, okay, to those who are broken, and making a moral appeal to those who are even angry, from making a moral appeal to those who are wicked. See, sometimes we can mistake the wicked for the broken. Sometimes we can mistake the wicked for the confused. Sometimes we can mistake the wicked for the one who's just angry over a bunch of life experiences. So sometimes, okay, there's a false identity, and we find ourselves, unfortunately, trying to make a moral appeal to motherfuckers who don't have a moral conscience. Okay? Now, there's a little group who you guys all know, okay, that's getting their asses sued right now by Larry.Reid, okay? My personal perspective is these are swine. These are reprobate folk. But you say, well, CTV, how would you know that? Because it's been 2 years into the game, and nobody even did anything to these folk. On top of, when people did go to speak, people spoke patience. People simply said, hey, back the fuck up off me. And no matter how kind and loving and nice and how integral everybody else was, okay, this particular group just kept at it for 2 years straight, okay? Now, to add insult to injury, these people aren't just like this on social media. These people are like this in real life, okay? Woman abusers, womanizers, etc., okay? So this has been a long line of buffoonery, okay? Now, some hold a worldview that if you give yourself over to a lower nature long enough, that your ass will get stuck or locked into that lower state. Once you're locked into that lower state, there is no perceived potential for salvation or transformation or transmutation, for expansion, okay? Kind of like when cancer enters into its stage 4. Is over. The narcissist / the sociopath are all one and the same. People who suffer from an irreversible spiritual condition. And when you are clear about that, you understand, okay, that to throw anything their way can only be rock, because there's no amount of empathy and kindness reflected on your end that can have any impact on those who have entered into an irreversible spiritual state. They're gone. They're gone. And these people are gone. Okay? So the way that I deal with my haters is I understand and accept that they're gone. They're lost cause. That's why I turned my back for 2 years. What was the point? Using them as an example. What was the point? Because I got to sit back for 2 years and watch them be self-operative, honey. They were on self-pilot. They didn't even need my help. I didn't even have to instigate. I didn't have to do nothing. These people can go on and on it because this is their nature. Their nature. This is their nature. Okay? Now, I'm a sane person. So I don't attempt to reason with crazy. Because you can't reason with crazy. Crazy is crazy. Okay? It's like talking to somebody who suffers from delusions and delirium. Okay? Too much mental fog, too much spiritual debris. It's clouding and impairing their judgment. You can't see what I see because your window is fogged up. You can't see what I see. No matter if what I see is the truth or not, you can't see it. Because me seeing the truth don't make it the truth for you. You got to see the truth, but you don't even have the ability to see the truth because your mental, emotional, and your spiritual window is fogged the hell up. Okay? So I got to back up off. Okay? And the only thing I can do is keep you from causing any harm to me. But I divorce the idea of trying to save you. I divorce the idea of trying to be a stepping stone for you to see some realities because I understand that you're not in a place nor are you capable of doing so. It's kind of like talking to a blind man and attempting to really describe colors and visual things to him. And no matter how well you are in your articulation and how descriptive you are, you will never be able to get him to really be able to see it because he can't see it. Okay? Can't see it. And so once again, like, you know, I be listening to my good sis, Miss Miko, and I be like, Miss Miko is a whole teacher. She's a whole empath out here. She's a whole matriarch out here. And she be talking and dropping some real sultry shit. Like shit that only real bitches can understand. Shit that only real niggas can understand. It just be unfortunate that these group of people are not those authentic people. It's just a shame that these people, okay, are not people who are interested and have a desire for truth or for justice. This is why God is having to help these people to stop themselves by getting them sued. This shows you how out of control reprobate people are, that they can't even stop them damn self. They're so consumed with rage and anger and hatred and just burning up in the flames of hell. Already. You ain't even died and went there yet. And judgment has already found you. That's why I've been saying all month, the victory is already everybody else's. Because judgment has already happened from hell. When you don't have the ability to be able to be happy, everybody else who is happy has won over you. So as far as I'm concerned, these hating assholes and every other hating asshole, past, present, and current, future, whatever, victory is already mine personally. Because every day of my motherfucking life, I wake up blessed. okay? Happy, okay? Protected, okay? Once again, we ain't even doing no begathons over here, and support has already done passed the collection plate and done blessed me. We ain't got to do begathons and be up here for 6 hours and 3 hours and on 2, 3, and 4 different platforms in one goddamn night doing nothing. Because people support what they want to support. You don't got to manufacture it, okay? And when your crowd is a crowd of healthy, loving, humbled, intelligent, assured, and wholesome folk, okay? You don't got to ask for nothing. People are just led, and it just makes sense, okay? See, people will support what they find value in. So if you got to do a begathon, that lets you know what your worth is. That there ain't no goddamn worth, okay? When you can just simply show the fuck up or put your name on something and people want to come. And people want to see. And people want to be. We ain't even got to be here talking and doing no drama. We ain't even got to be roasting and ragging. And people want to bless their content creator. Because this is a group of healthy-minded people. Sound people. Them folk have to manufacture all of their support. Okay, they have to create smoke and mirrors. Okay, they have to rely on antics and shenanigans and storylines and narrative. I can't even imagine having to be that fake. I can't even imagine having to manufacture my life. It just seems exhausting to have to work that hard for what could come for free. If you just find you and then get you some God-given purpose on this damn earth and move along with your damn self. And you will find that all the shit you got to manufacture to have, you can have just from flowing and being fluid in your damn self. I could not imagine having to, it's too much. So, like India.Arie says, girl, the only thing that matters is what you think of yourself, okay? Take time to focus on what you really do think of yourself. And if you find that there are some ugly things or some things that are misaligned in you from the way that God feels about you, it means you just need, that's where your healing and your work need to come in at. Because this world gonna test and try you. And if this world can break you, it will break you. You gotta be the supremacy. You gotta be the supreme mind in your world. That's the only way that you're going to be able to show up and have some sense of genuine peace and happiness in this damn world. Fuck everybody else. You don't need these. You don't need these motherfuckers to agree. You don't need them to like it. You don't need them to correct it. You don't need them to do a goddamn thing, because what they eat don't make you shit. And if you do confront them hoes, any hoe, family, hater hoe, whoever, do it from a place of self-knowing. Because it's really about an energy thing. It's about an energy thing. Because see, parasitic people can't feed on that energy when you yelling at their ass from a place of love, or holiness, or completeness. But they're gonna feed and feed on that shit when it's from a real place of brokenness and divisiveness and confusion within self. And like I said, most of us, honey, we've been groomed, honey, to care what other people think. From the school system to the church house, you know, every social space in our society has rules about how we're supposed to show up. So we know very little about what it really means to vote for ourselves. We've all been conditioned and programmed to give a fuck about what everybody else thinks. So undoing this, it takes time and it takes work, but it's the only way to actually be really fucking free. Truly. Now, I'm going to end on a quote. Let me put up this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes, baby. And I'll probably give a sermon on this at some point in time, child, because she bottled up my whole existence with this one thing, child. It comes from Beyoncé. I want you guys all, at some point today, if you have not listened to the song, including you, Miss Miko, listen to the song And don't just listen to it on your phone. I'm talking about, no, you play this shit on some bass. Play this shit on some speakers. Play this shit on some Sony speakers, honey. Something that gives you some boom, boom, boom. It is a song called by Beyonce called All Night. Man, this song is all about transformation and transmutation. And there's a particular verse when she gets to the bridge of her song that says, they say true love is the greatest weapon to win the war that's caused by pain. But every diamond has imperfections. But my love's too pure to watch it chip away. Oh, nothing real can be threatened. True love breathes salvation back into me. With every tear came redemption, and my torturer became my remedy. Now, that last line is probably one of the most powerful lines in music that I've ever heard, that I've ever read. And my torturer became my remedy. What she's meaning is that anything that ever hurt you, anything that ever broken you, anything that ever exposed your sensitivities, caused you to bleed out, in those experiences, in the darkest hours of your life, okay? The darkest hours. In the darkest hours of your dark night of the soul, of your ego death. That's where God is hiding. That's where the power and the true revelation is. And when you don't resist that hurt, but you go into that darkness, you surrender over to it with the inkling of faith, you will find the light at the time that will be the size of a goddamn mustard seed. That will, at some point, as you continue to surrender, as you continue to let the resistance go, that will become a glorious light that will encompass and consume you and transform you. The things that have helped me to become the person that I am were not all the things that were easy. It was the shit that hurt me the most that ended up contributing to my power as a man, my power as a soul. One of the issues with us as people, especially Black people, because we are already suffering from such a heavy pain body, just because of our culture and our heritage. We're coming into this world with the pain of our ancestors already vibrating within the cells of our being, okay? We are already coming in with demons unresolved, injustices unresolved. Our ancestors, our lineage living through us, through our literal DNA. So we already having an unfair start in life because we're coming in with all the spiritual luggage based upon all of the resolves within our lineage. And then on top of that, have to endure all the other regular smegular hurts and ills of life. Okay? Bankruptcies, homelessness, poverty, abuse, rejection, divorce, heartbreak, whatever it is, sickness, illness. But I promise to you, God ain't make no weak motherfuckers. I promise you, God would never, ever, because we talk about a loving creator, would never create this earth or any possibility and potential for misfortune to actually be designed to be against you. Do you know and accept and acknowledge that even the shit that hurts you the most is designed to empower you? God would never give anything in and of itself power over you. All things work for the will of the righteous. You just have to be willing and know how to make everything work for you rather than against you. Because what works against you and works for you first starts off as a mental perception. mental perception. This is why India.Arie is saying, no matter what anyone says or any system does, what matters the most is what you think of yourself. It has to start with you first. I don't believe that God has given power to something over me. So therefore, any circumstance I attract in life, I have to first and foremost accept it's not my enemy, but my opponent. I don't really look at things as enemies. I look at things as opponents. You're just a contrast. You're the thing giving me an opportunity to take my faith in me just a little bit deeper. If your mission is to discourage, demean, and degrade me, all you're doing is creating a necessity for me to deepen my self-value, for me to deepen my self-confidence, for me to deepen myself, not to give into that shit, but to deepen that sense of self. That's all contrast is. That's all a hater hoe is an opportunity for you to deepen your shit. If you find that bitches out here is smearing and selling on your motherfucking name and it's hurting, it don't mean anything wrong with you. And it don't mean that them hoes got any power. All that it means is, my fence, my force field, my defenses are being breached. I just need to upgrade my personal home security within myself. That's all. I just need a more efficient home security within myself. I need to be at home in myself just a little bit. And that's well for God, baby. That shit acts as a bug repellent, baby. Let me tell you, baby, I done been called everything out here on these streets, girl. From a parking lot thot, a goddamn street prostitute, a goddamn abuser, a goddamn scammer, a goddamn cokehead, a goddamn crackhead, a goddamn every type of goddamn head, girl. Giving head, selling head, snorting head, girl. Done did it all. I'm still trying to figure out what is that supposed to actually mean to me. As somebody who knows I'm none of those things. And while knowing that if I were any of those things, I'm still trying to figure out what's that supposed to mean. Because you don't need anybody's permission to do or to be whoever or whatever the fuck you are. You don't need a motherfucker to agree. And you know what? I really do take up strength in Yahshua. They didn't get his story right. They're not going to get mine. Look at what all has been done in the name of God. Look at it. Look at all the war, all the famine, all the bloodshed, the dark ages of the church in the name of God. They ain't get his shit right. So I know damn well they ain't going to get my shit right. And it's okay. That's the way of the world. The burden is on me to be complete. The burden is on me to be clear. And as long as that it is what the fuck it is. Oh Lord, Kwame, he's teaching us now. And when he sees you, we're here. Kwame Brown, Bust Life, you don't need to go to church to have a relationship. To Kwame Brown, do you just happen to have the name of the NBA player? Or what am I seeing here? What am I seeing here, Mr. Kwame Brown? And you are absolutely right. You don't need to see Kwame Brown. You're actually in the stream. Wow, brother, man. I was actually talking about first of all, welcome to the kingdom. I just looked you up and saw that that's you. I just looked you up, not looked you up, but I was talking about your conversation, and you can hit the link if you want to. I was talking about your conversation with Judge Joe Brown, and some people in my community are a little confused about maybe what your personal politics is. So I've had to find myself kind of windmilling for you a little bit because nobody really knows what your politics are as it relates to some of that stuff that Judge Joe Brown was speaking about. But I'm gonna actually invite you up, and you know, if you want to come through, you ain't even gotta pull up visually. You can pull up on the audio. You can pull up on the avatar and give us just a little clarity on what your thoughts are, because I'm personally really curious. As a matter of fact, I got a panel coming up, and your conversation with Joshua Brown is going to come up, and some of the folk I'm on the panel with are a little pressed, Kwame. They're a little pressed, so I'm trying to have you back on that panel. But I'm gonna hit the link. I'm gonna leave the link here if you wanna come up. But you guys, Kwame's in the building, honey. Shutting Charlemagne the Goddess down. Okay. For those of you who just tuning in, had a conversation with Judge Joe Brown recently on his platform, and they went through a series of topics, and of course the LGBT shit and the gay agenda and black men and the black community and the LGBT community and all that shit really came up. It was very, very, very Judge Joe Brown's thoughts were very, very interesting, to say the goddamn least. But yes, you don't need church. Church is cultural, okay? Spirituality and oneness and interpersonal relationship to the Creator, okay, is what you need in life. You know, when these scriptures, all scriptures, whether it be the Quran, whether it be the Bible, you know, all these Dead Sea Scrolls, these people didn't have institutional religion the way that modern contemporary folk now have religion. These people had God in their minds and in their hearts. These were desert dwelling prophets, okay? People who could go and exist and show up and be anywhere in the world and not necessarily be in a temple or be in a mosque, okay? Or be in a church building. And were communicating intimately and directly with their Creator. Because as Yahshua said, the kingdom of heaven is within us. We're all born and created in that image, okay? So you don't need Orthodox religion. You don't need a building. You don't even need a book, okay? Do you guys realize that the book was written and inspired by people who were living as the damn book? The people who we're reading about didn't even have the damn book. They were the damn book. You don't even need the damn book. All you need is faith and a desire to know God. And God will reveal itself according to each individual soul's capacity to understand and comprehend the multi-infinity and eternal wisdom of the superior mind. Okay? Because spirit gives according to capacity. Kwame, you need to be hitting that link and greeting folk yourself up in the comment section. I done dropped the link for you. Because I'm kind of new to you, but I like what you got going on out here in these streets. But definitely hit the link, man. Come on up here and speak to the folk. These folk been dropping your name in my comment section and my emails, asking me to get into some of the things that you've been talking about on your platform. Your mighty platform. But I'm particularly interested as of recent in this whole situation and dialogue with Mr. Judge Joe Brown, okay? Because I just found that conversation real fascinating. I kind of did drag Judge Joe Brown just a little bit. I got respect for my elders, but this respectability policy just gets on my nerve, okay? I just don't understand, Kwame, okay? This whole definition of what it means to be a man. I don't understand it. I don't. I consider myself a man. Okay? I got long hair. I paint my fingernails black. I'm very fashion forward. And I will monkey stomp a nigga into the fucking earth and defend my turf. I've been in and out of goddamn jail. Okay? For fucking motherfuckers up. Uh-huh. I've been fucking niggas up since 2001. That's how far my gangster goes back, okay? And so when I hear these narratives around, you know, same gender loving men are not men, I don't understand it. I took care of my own grandfather for 4 years when no other cis hetero man in my family wanted to stand up and play nurse to my grandfather. The nigga whose sperm is responsible for them niggas. And everybody was too good to wipe my grandfather's ass. Everybody was too good to cook and take care of this damn man who gave birth to a whole damn nation. But the gay man in the family. The gay man did it. The gay man, the real man, vacuumed, attended every goddamn doctor's visit, prepared the house, fed and medicated, cleaned and washed. The man who used to be the head of the family when he had the capacity to. My mother, when she fell ill, I gave up my life. I was engaged at the time. Moved back in with my mother. Back into the childhood home that I was raised in. Took care of her to the end. Literally saw her take her last breath. So when these narratives around gay men aren't sufficient, or gay men somehow can't be role models because they're same gender loving, or queer men can't, same sex men can't, like, I literally don't understand it. College educated, law-abiding citizens who operate from a place of love, who does the work that nobody else wants to fucking do. And yet the narrative in the Black community is that gay men are somehow an embarrassment, or somehow incapable of leadership, or somehow a bad influence. The shit is weird and bizarre to me. Weird and bizarre to me. Yeah, Kwame is in the motherfucking chat. Okay. I was dragging his conversation with Judge Joe Brown. Okay. And just to play devil's advocate a little bit, you know, Kwame did. I felt like he was just kind of going along to get along. I don't really feel like he co-signed a lot of that shit that Judge Joe Brown was saying, but Judge Joe Brown was a guest, and Kwame was just kind of, nodding his motherfucking head, as we all do when we talking to the elders, when we at the goddamn Thanksgiving table, and they're just ranting and raving and doing what they do best, and we just, because I think one time before, and I think it was just a few months ago, that I was watching a Kwame video, and I think he was getting somebody asked about the gay community, and he was just like, you know, you niggas are stupid, you know, and y'all need to watch them narratives and shit. And he seemed to be, you know what I'm saying, super clear and progressive in that way. And I really, really, really did appreciate that. Because as myself speaking, I can't speak for no other same gender loving man. I just know that I'm a real ass nigga. And I know that I handle my motherfucking business. And I be a one-man army more than half the goddamn time in almost everything that I fucking do. And I'm the go-to nigga in every situation, in every friendship circle, in every goddamn family circle. When shit go down, motherfuckers call my phone, the gay nigga's phone, okay? Because the gay nigga is a real nigga. They call the gay nigga's phone, okay? And all I want our Black people to do is just start being real, okay? About the way that gay men contribute socially, the way that they contribute to their households, the fact that gay men go out and get a job and help to raise their younger brothers and sisters, help mom pay bills because dad is somewhere on crack, on drugs, or just don't give a fuck. We're not talking about that side of the narrative. We're not talking about that side of how black gay men step the fuck up, play uncle, take in sister's kids. She done had 3-4 damn children she ain't taking care of. She out in the fucking world, and Unc T is the one. Unc T is the one holding the goddamn fort down, providing the roof. Why we don't never talk about that side? We want to reduce black queer men to their flamboyancy, or reduce black queer men to their aesthetic, or reduce black queer men to who they lay down with, rather than who black gay men actually are to those who know and interact with those gay black men. I never understand it. I never understand it. Hold on, let me log out of this shit because something is going on. I don't know whether it's my interdamn net or what the fuck situation is. Because I can't even pull up my damn stream. Hold on, you guys. Let me pull this shit up real quick. Intro Studio. Mute my damn. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. What's going on? What's good, TV? Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. God damn it. Okay, fuck it. I can't even do it. I was going to try to do something here. But I don't know whether Kwame is fucking a bitch or what. He listening to me from the bedside. But I had dropped the link for you, brother. But I thank you for joining in on the stream. I don't even know how the hell you came across this damn stream, to be honest. But I appreciate you being in the building. Y'all make sure y'all support Kwame and his endeavors. And, you know, we definitely got a conversation to continue to be had as a community, as a black damn community. Okay? About, you know, about this whole gay shit and this gay agenda shit, you know, like, because I'm sick of it. I'm really just sick of the fucking foolishness. I'm sick of the narratives. They're just absurd and over the goddamn top and lacks a lot of goddamn logic. A whole lot of goddamn logic. And here's my whole thing, right? I think that black men, they want to say that they're being effeminized, okay? Because gay people got rights and all this shit. Here's the thing that black men are confusing. Black men, we as black men, live in a white, racist, patriarchal, capitalistic system that is emasculating the black man by not affording the black man to self-actualize in a system that discriminates and disposes of the black man. So there is a emasculation that's happening, but what gay men, not what gay men, but what straight black men are conflating is that they think that emasculation is the same as being made gay. And I understand how confused straight black men are. Black men feel like a bitch in a system, okay, that doesn't allow them to be actual men. And now they're watching men on TV parade around in dresses and lip gloss and feel like, oh, okay, this is why. And this is what's being done to us. When the two issues are not one and the same. The visibility and liberation of queer people is not the same as the emasculation that the black community and particularly black men are suffering from. But in black men's mind, it's one and the same. And it's not. So we gotta move the fuck around. And you ain't gotta even delete that comment from Tyrone Black that there's no evidence of God. God is a spirit. It was never about evidence. It was all about faith. How can there be evidence for something that is non-physical? Okay? This is a faith-based, psychic, and intuitive knowledge. I don't need physical evidence of God to believe in God, because I can psychically pick up the vibration and frequency and the knowingness of an awareness other than my own, permeating my inner man, permeating my outer man, okay? Now, for some people, there's not a resonance. And so they need there to be some physical evidence of God. And that's perfectly fine. As a believer, I'm not one of those people. My knowingness and evidence of God is planted within my psychic awareness of God. Okay? It takes another type of eye, another type of sensory, okay, to experience and be aware of that supreme and higher awareness. Okay? I don't need God to seat itself in front of the White House lawn. Not for me. Some other people do need that. They need God to be able to be in a tube, in a test tube. They need God to be able to be captured on film. You know, interestingly enough, the scriptures say that God seated eternity within the hearts of men. That if we would look inward, we will find all the evidence of God that we need. The issue is we're not lending to our inner self, where the very image and fingerprint and thumbprint of God is. We're searching, once again, outside of ourselves. And we're always going to be disappointed in the results thereof. Have you guys noticed that every time you look outside of yourself, you end up disappointed? When you refuse to love yourself, but you want somebody outside of yourself to love you. And then they eventually break your heart. And then you're back to the drawing board again. Okay? Or when you think that you're going to substitute inner happiness for external happiness, and you go get all the money in the world. Now you got all the money in the world and see that you still ain't happy. The substance is never going to be outside of you. God planted the evidence of itself in the one place that nobody would ever think to look for God. Man has looked for God under every rock, under every valley, under every river. You even got scientists now sending up space shuttles and shit to explore the cosmos in search of God. Man has attempted to look for God in every other motherfucking place instead of the one place that it would only make pure logical sense to find God in, which is within you. The Buddhists have already always known this. Yeshua knew this 2,500 years ago, when he said that the kingdom is within you, and then it's expressed all around you. That the nature, the beingness of God is within you. The power of God exists outside of you in the form of creation. Creation is God's playpen. Creation is God's neighborhood. Creation is the paintings hung across heaven's walls. The earth, the invention of humans, space, time, protons, neurons, atoms, animals, the beast of your earth. Yeah. So for some, they need all of that. Not me though. The black man and the woman is God. Period, distant lover. God is real and it's all around you everywhere. God is almighty power, energy, and the thing, these newbies. Yep. Baby. So that's it, y'all. What's good, TV? He should have you in his show as a heterosexual woman and a mother. I appreciate you, TV, always saying. Okay, well, if y'all want me on the Kwame show, y'all email Kwame, DM Kwame on Instagram, or Kwame, man, hit me up at consciouztv@gmail.com. I would love to have a conversation with the Mr. Kwame. I'm a bridge builder. You know, I'm interested in some sense of community again, some sense of togetherness again. And so us as a collective, us as a Black body, hammering out our social and political differences, that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take the dialogue. It's going to take the representation. And it's going to take a community effort. The straight community has never been able to do it alone and do it without the activism of LGBT people and vice versa. We've always needed each other's allyships, and the academic books and history books bear that out. Queer people damn near started and founded the goddamn civil rights movement. LGBT people, Black LGBT people have always consistently, okay, led and created spaces for civil activism across the spectrum. Not even equal rights for Blacks, but gender equality, women's equality, LGBT rights, all of that shit. And guess what? Queer people have not been able to do it alone either. We needed straight cisgender allyship. So there's been plenty of cis hetero folk in the paint with queer people in liberation. We got to do it together. The fact that we continue to act like we can afford to be divided and there can be this class of Black folk and this class of Black folk over here and have everybody in a separate corner, man, it's bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Togetherness, we do it. So I'm gonna get out of here, you all. I appreciate you all in the goddamn stream. I love you all. Thanks for all of the goddamn cash apps. Hakeem's Army says the white created God to enslave us. Not God, but they damn sure created a religion, okay, that pacified and hindered and harmed the Black community. Yeah, they did. But we coming up and out. Then why claim a God did it? Is shaking my head. Wouldn't be honest thing to say. Is we don't know. Live your life and respect all things and people. God said that in the Bible. We prophesy in part. No one is righteous. Doris. He tried to look at God, but the light was blind and evidence of energy. Yep. Involuntary muscle movement. Woo, there is a God. Yes. Do y'all realize that the forces of God, which are represented to us as humans as the forces of nature, are holding your reality together? That you can't see atoms and neurons, and yet they're holding your autonomy together. That you're not consciously controlling your heartbeat. You're not consciously controlling the blood flowing through your veins. That you're not even consciously controlling your breathing or your eye blinking. That these things operate. That there's another force guiding and supporting your autonomy, supporting your fucking life energy. People talking about the evidence of God. Maybe that's one of them. What's waking you up in the morning? What's keeping you alive when most of your circuits are completely compromised and turned off? People say there's no evidence of God. I beg to differ, even using simple logic, right? Like, if I walked outside of my house right now and I see other houses and other people, or let's just say other houses, I know something had to construct that. Now, God is not in the business of making man-made houses. God is in the business of making natural houses. So when I came into this world, my simple logic as a child, when I looked at the moon and stars and trees and things, and I went to school and got in science books and realized there's other planets, there's a solar system, there's a sun. My simple logic led me to the next most logical question. Who? Who did this? Who put this here? Because you're looking at something that was created. Something that just isn't, okay? And anybody who can believe that humans are a random mutation, I've never seen a random mutation be this goddamn cohesive and well built. That's almost like looking at a BMW and saying that somehow natural variables and elements somehow just created the BMW. The odds of that would be 1 in quadrillion to damn 0. So you, as a clear thinking, rational, self-aware person with full functionality, can't see that everything from your toes to your eyes to your fingers to your brain's capacity for cognitiveness is not intentional? For you to even be aware as a person, where do you think your awareness came from? Where do you think, like, you didn't create awareness? Your mother didn't create awareness. Your father didn't create awareness. That means that awareness would have to predate humans. Whatever we are existed first before we came to be, which was consciousness. Where was your consciousness? Where was the consciousness of humans before humans ever inhabited the earth? Consciousness already had to be in the universe, or had to be the universe itself, for there to be other conscious sentient beings. And consciousness isn't even exclusive to humans. It's exclusive to every mammal, every reptile, every fish, bird, plants even have self-awareness. So where was this self-awareness before there was ever any avatars or apertures for consciousness to express itself through? Because all an animal is, all an insect is, all a human is a vehicle, a puppet for consciousness to personify itself through. Consciousness existed before we ever did. The body did not create consciousness. Animals didn't create their own consciousness. That means that consciousness, along with the other 4 fundamental elements of creation, earth, wind, fire, air, also had to be there. So we're just going to say that there were 5 fundamental elements that act as a foundation for creation: earth, wind, air, fire. Well, I think I said a billion, but y'all get it. And consciousness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Now I gotta go. I got shit to do. But maybe we can revisit this Sunday. Y'all make sure to email the shit out of Kwame, honey. Thank him for being in the chat. If you're still there, brother, thank you so much for being here, for gracing my platform. And hopefully we can sit down and have a talk to talk. I think that would be super dope. And you seem to be a well-versed, intelligent brother. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. I want to thank all of my cash appers, man. You guys just keep coming through. Thank you, Delagia. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, T. Trisha. God bless y'all all. I love y'all. Love, light, and happiness. Until next time. And I will see you all soon.